Hello world, from whichever time zone you're catching me from, my name is MD90. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notification to all so that you do not miss the uploads that come up. And the easiest way for you to navigate the channel is to head to the playlist. You'll find videos curated for you based on your interest. So if you're interested in the Kutika podcast, you'll find a playlist for that. For news and trends, there's a playlist for that. Exclusive with MD90, a bunch of playlists that are created based on your interest. So the easiest way to navigate the channel is head straight to the playlist and you'll find what you're here for. Consider becoming a member of the channel. Right next to the subscribe button is the join button. You click on the join button so that you can become a member of the channel. You support the team on the production and a number of things that we're doing here, and we appreciate that.
Well, the Republican president of Zambia, President Hakainde Hichilema, was holding an auction sale at his farm, so HH farm bull sale. So it was a 150 commercial ranch bulls that were Bram type that were on sale today. So it ran from 10 hours, and ideally it was supposed to start at 13 hours there, and then it has just finished a couple of seconds ago. And then the president had put up a message, and let me just I didn't include it in the PowerPoint, but this is what the president had to say about the sale of the bulls that was happening at his farm, and the message that has come from his wife and him. So thank you to everyone who showed up at our bull auction this afternoon in Choma. We do not take our clients for granted. To Zambians, we hope you are inspired to see that in our own small way, we are contributing to Zambia's gross domestic product, GDP, through agriculture. You too can do it in whatever economic sector you are interested in. We should produce more than we consume in whatever we do, goods or services, Hakainde and Mutinta. So that's a message that has come from the head of state signing off from his farm where he was holding that auction sale. He spent pretty much, I think he should have been in Choma the whole week, if I'm not mistaken. He spent quite some time that side, but the auction was taking place today. Obviously, different sectors of the country or the political arena have given out their views. So Emmanuel Mamba is one of them. Say President Hichilema's auction is auction 150 bulls. So I told you that the information published by the Zambia National Broadcasting Corporation, ZNBC, and Ministry of Information and Media claiming that it's 3,000 pedigree bull were put up for sale by President Hakainde Hichilema was a display of desperate and ignorant propaganda. So he says no, because earlier on there was information circulating to say it was actually 3,000 bulls, and then that's where the debate is coming in to say no, it's actually 150. That was the information. Anyway, it's just trivial information if you ask me. But one thing that George Mutonga brought up was that the president's page has gone live on the private transaction that the president is making, as in the president is selling cows, and his official handle, which is currently in use for official business, has gone live in personal transaction. So he was asking to say, since President Hakainde Hichilema is the Republican president, he cannot use his personal page for private business. And then he goes further, understand one thing, the same rule applies to everyone else. So when others do the same, make sure you understand the president has been, the president is there, and it is that. So he says the president handle is this particular one is actually referring to say president of the Republic of Zambia, and it can only be used for public business in that regard. But one would argue to say, because he has always had this handle on Facebook, even in his private sector, so he uses it for other social things. But anyway, it's a debate. I mean, it's a conversation up for debate. You can issue your own point of view. But George is arguing to say the president page as his job title. The question is, one comes up is this: everything that has been posted while president can't be archived if you consider his personal page. It can never be government official records and is of his presidency. Everything Edgar Lungu posted is not government is not government records, because some the same line of thinking would make it his personal page. So he argues there. Pretty much that's the conversation he's putting out. And then obviously the UPNG responded, because there was a conversation to say the president is auctioning all his still in a state house. And then they put up to say, my auction, this is UPNG's response to say, Even that one referring to Edgar Chagwa Lungu, say even that one was an auction. Some bought a Kasote for 150,000 kwacha, and another bought a bull for 150,000 kwacha. If reasoning was a person, so you can see the picture that the UPND has used there at the bottom there. You see Edgar Chagalungu and the current arrested former independent member of parliament for Lumezi Munia Zulu there, who bought Edgar Chagalungu's hat for 150,000 at an auction, an event there. You can see Freedom's Castle. It should have been minister at State House. And then you see Muira, who was the Patriotic Front Secretary General, and a number of patriotic people you can see at the bottom there. And then above there, you can see Hichilema and President Hakainde Hichilema there at their farm auctioning. So the UPN is just simply saying the value system is different there, where you see the PFOs holding auctions for hats, whereas the President Hakainde Hichilema is auctioning out bulls. And then they put out one bull was 154,000 kwacha. So one of the bull at the auction was bought at that price. And then obviously Emmanuel Wamba says, Zambia Revenue Authority ZRA kindly ensure he pays tax on the sale of those bulls. You can just see it's just a political debate at the end of the day. Everyone is taking jabs at each other. So says the president should pay tax on those bulls that he's selling. And then the UPND responded, another bull going for 200,000 kwacha there. So the auction was very successful, one what you can see. And then Edgar Chagalungu was endorsed their candidate from the Tonse Alliance. So Tonse Alliance to vote on the 26th of June, the by-election that is happening in Lumezi constituency. Those are the by-elections that are coming up. So the Tonse Alliance have floated that candidate, and Edgar Chagalungu has endorsed them. And you can see they've also put the incarcerated former independent member of parliament, Munia Zulu, at the bottom there, as to show, say it's a united front that they're putting up as they go in these coming by-elections. And then he put up a statement there just advising the people on the ground to say, when they come with 20 kwacha, eat and vote wisely. So simply saying whatever the current government comes with their side, if they are offering money, you take the money, but at the end of the day, you vote wisely, meaning vote for the Tonse Alliance candidate. There, that's Edgar Chagalungu's message. And then Bino Mpundu, you want to amend the constitution just for elections to advance interests of politicians. Why not advance the interests of the people you lead? So that's Bino Mpundu's argument with regard to the constitution amendments taking place, or the proposed Bill 7. And then KBF was also, I encourage all Zambia Must Prosper members across the country, as well as members of the Tonse Alliance, to go and register as voters. Leaders, please mobilize the structures and ensure that members are registering. Also encourage those who are eligible to obtain their national registration card, NRC, to do so as soon as possible. So in the build up to the 2026 election there. And then Bino Mpudu says, let us not confuse ourselves. The role of a member of parliament includes making laws, budget approval, holding government accountable, oversight, and people representation. So, and then Mao Samba is also on the ground with a endorsed candidate from the Tonse Alliance, the one that Edgar Lungu had put up earlier on from the previous force. So the Tonse Alliance candidate successfully files in his candidacy in Lumezi constituency there. That's Mao Sampa on the ground. In other news, I can't resign just because I said I would resign. So local government permanent secretary returns and refuses to resign. Doing so won't bring the ambulances. I'm sorry, not sorry. So that's in the news diggers. So that's what's going on with regard to the purchase of ambulances. My registration won't bring ambulances. I'm still working on it. So Nicholas P there. And then it should be the same news. And then the doctors, we have no money to employ new doctors. They should continue to volunteer or stay home. So volunteering is not a forced arrangement. A government tells doctors. So the doctors are withdrawn. There's that standoff between the doctor and government. So that's a response coming from Ministry of Health. And then this is a statement that the PS had made earlier on to say we will resign if all the 156 CDF ambulances are not delivered by May. And May has just finished, and that's why he was responding to say, you will not resign because his resignation will not entail that the ambulances will be purchased. But you said you will be resigned. And then pretty much in the real times, so pretty much don't straight me out just yet, or don't scratch me out just yet. Local government, PS Nicholas Pili, confident that all the 156 CDF ambulances will be delivered. But then again, no one had asked him to say, put up a time frame to say if he does not deliver them by the end of May, he should resign. So he should stand by his own word. And then in the mass newspaper, one man's constitution, he cannot be the only wise citizen, says Archbishop Chagwa. So you can see that debate with regard the constitutional change taking place. That's a statement coming from Bishop Chagwa saying making amendments to the constitution in the build up to or a year before election doesn't just sit well with a good number of Zambians there. And then also your vote will not count. It will be worthless to vote in 2026 if Hakainde Hichilema is allowed to pass Bill 7, that's Kasonde. More people are just weighing in with regard to this constitutional amendment process that's taking place. And then Shashua says, I'm not a tribalist, I write facts, because he's putting up statements with regard to which candidates government decides to endorse. There's that debate, if you remember, a Zambian candidate was standing, should have been at the Africa Development Bank, and then he had received endorsement from government. But then Shua put up an argument to say, at some point, Mao Sampa had also run for, should be African parliamentary candidacy, and he was a very strong candidate, but he did not receive the endorsement from government. So he says, what criteria, Shua asks, what criteria does government use to decide what candidate they're going to put their weight behind? So that's what Shua was being called a tribalist for, and to which he responds to say he's not a tribalist there in that mass newspaper headline. Volunteer doctors are withdrawn. That's still in the real times. And then doctors withdraw voluntary services, cite persistent reliance on unemployed resident doctors to provide essential medical services for over 50% of public institutions under voluntary agreement arrangements. So the doctors say it's either you employ them or they will stay away, to which the government has also responded. That's in the Daily Nation. And then use radio and TV to interact with people, means it tells opposition. So the opposition has been crying out to say, it seems like the ruling government is holding rallies around the country, but we are not allowing the opposition to do so. And that's the response they got there. And then this sets July 10th for full by-election. That's another by-election that's coming up. That member of parliament was arrested, should have been last week or earlier. As you said about, but why now? Amending constitution close to elections is suspicious. So that's pretty much the argument that most people are putting across to say, yeah, why do it now when we're just a few months away from elections? And that's the news, ladies and gentlemen.